Hey everybody, and welcome back to another lecture with Coding with Roby. And in this lecture, we're going to be downloading PostgreSQL onto a Windows operating machine. All right, just go into your favorite search engine and type in PostgreSQL. And from here, you're going to get some ads potentially. Just make sure you go to www.postgresql.org. And here you can see that we're on the website where it says new to Postgres, telling you a whole bunch of information about everything about what Postgres has to offer. Just head over to download. And here you're going to see that we have a couple different installation areas. For our case, we're going to be using Windows since we're going to be installing Postgres on a Windows operating system. Here, the easiest way to download Postgres and to make sure it's up to date and all that good stuff is just to download the installer. In here, we can see that the current newest version at the time of this recording is 14.1. If yours is a newer version, that's okay. But just for this video, we're going to do a 14.1 for a Windows download. When you click that, it's going to download. This is going to take just as long as your internet speed allows you to do. Once it's downloaded, I'm going to click it to open it. All right, and now the setup window has popped up. Here it's going to say, welcome to PostgreSQL Setup Wizard. I'm going to say next. Here it's going to tell us where we want to install Postgres. I'm going to say in my C drive, program files, PostgreSQL 14. And here we're going to select components we want to install. Now, PostgreSQL Server, we definitely want to install, and pgadmin 4 is going to be the GUI that we're going to be using to manipulate the data for a SQL Server. So make sure all of these are checked and click Next. Again, we want all this stored in this same directory, but with a new file called data. And here we get to type in a password for our database for like the super user, the admin of our Postgres. You can make it anything you want. And here we get to say what port we want PostgreSQL to be used on. And it has to be different than our application. So I'm going to leave it at this 5432 port. And then select the locale for it to be used for the new database cluster. I'm just going to say use default. And it's telling you all the installation areas. It's going to say next. And click next to start the installation process. Now this could take a while, so bear with me while it installs onto my machine. But after this is done, we should be more or less almost done and able to use PostgreSQL on our machine. So we can start manipulating some of the data, start to create the database and the tables, and then finally connect our application to Postgres. And I'm going to let this run, and I'm going to come back once the installation is complete. All right, once it gets done installing, it's going to ask us if we want to launch Stack Builder, which can be used to download and install additional tools. Just to show you what that looks like, if I say finish, it'll pop up with Stack Builder, where we can say, where do you want to install? We're going to say our local port. We can say next. And we immediately start downloading the application list. And once inside Stack Builder, we can say add-ons if we want, which is going to be some EDB language packs, agents and bouncers, our database drivers, if we want to be using, Java or JDBC or anything related to those. Our database server, which we already have installed for us. Registration required and trial products. We have our some extensions, and then finally web development. But we don't really need that for this lecture or course, so I'm going to leave this blank and just cancel it out, but I just wanted to show you what the possibilities are. I'm going to click cancel. And now we downloaded Postgres onto our machine, and what we want to do now is open up pgadmin. So I'm going to press the Windows button and navigate to my pgadmin app that I just downloaded. And pgadmin is going to be our GUI for our PostgreSQL database that we just installed. And this entire installation process also installed pgadmin, so we're good to go with that. So once pgadmin opens up, it's going to ask us for the password that we used when we set up our Postgres environment. And it let me in. So here I am in my pgadmin, which is a feature-rich and maximizes PostgreSQL and open source. And again, this is used to be able to manipulate the data. So if we come over to our browser, we can see our server is going to ask us again for the password. I'm going to say save password this time. And we can see all of our databases, our tables, everything that's running. We can see our database and our Postgres. And this is where we're going to wrap up this video for the Windows installation of Postgres. And I will see you in the next video.